The forest thins, the shadows loosen, and the horizon returns. What began as a cautious tactic becomes a way of life. Feet that once gripped branches now press dust, heel first. Hip and spine make a pact with distance. And across eastern Africa, Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania, the ground remembers a new kind of traveler. 3 to 4 million years before us, a figure steps into the open. She is small, but the earth keeps her secret. A stride drawn cleanly into ash. A pelvis turned to face the future. A skull still ancient, yet carried high. We will call her kind Australopithecus Afarensis. We will give one skeleton a human name, Lucy, because in her bones we recognize our own beginning. This is her world. A mosaic of woodland and savanna, riverbank and open plain, danger and plenty, stitched together by the rhythm of 2 feet. East Africa is not one landscape, it is many. In the Afar Triangle, the earth splits and breathes, lifting new ground and burying old. Volcanic ash drifts like seasons. Rivers shift their beds. Acacia throws thin shade over grass. Fig and tamarind hold pockets of green where water lingers. The wind moves heat from one end of the day to the other. Here, Australopithecus Afarensis lives at the seam of habitats, comfortable in none, capable in all. Her body tells the story, arms still long for climbing, fingers a little curved, remembering trees, but hips wide and short, knees angled inward, big toe aligned with the others, a lower body built to turn walking into endurance. Her brain is small by our measure, somewhere between 375 and 550 cubic centimeters, but her body has learned a language the land understands. Heel strike, knee over foot, hip swing, center of mass balanced over a forward intention. Predators hunt this same grammar of distance. Saber-tooths in the tall grass, leopards along the thickets, crocodiles where rivers pause. Her answer is not speed, it is anticipation and route. The open ground does not forgive mistakes, but it rewards foresight. Before the rain, a volcano speaks, and the sky lowers a sheet of ash across a flat of land. After the rain, the ash is clay. Into that wet canvas, beings walk, 3 perhaps, leaving lines of bipedal prints that will harden, sleep, and wake millions of years later beneath a Tanzanian sun. They are light, deliberate, and human in everything but name. Elsewhere, farther north, bones lie in waiting. Afar, Ethiopia. A partial skeleton that, when dust is brushed from it, will carry a story across the world. We will call her Lucy. Her pelvis declares it plainly. The ground has a claim on her kind, but this is not a triumphal march. It is a compromise honored every hour. Climb when the scent of cat is too fresh. Walk when the route is long and water is far. Forage under scattered shade. Watch the wind for news. Cross open space when the birds say now. If this unfolding journey grips you, if you want to follow every footfall from ash to fire, subscribe now and stay with us. The road ahead is long, and it leads home. What did walking truly buy? Not hands full of tools, not yet. Not fire, not for a long time. Walking bought range. It bought energy economy, miles for calories. One step converting sunlight stored in plants into new possibilities. Her teeth tell the rest. Thick enamel, reduced canines. A diet not of one thing, but many. Fruits when they're there, leaves when they must be. Tubers pulled from damp soil. Maybe insects, marrow scavenged if luck and courage align. This is the kitchen of the mosaic earth. What you find, when you find it, carried in your body to the next thin shade. Her shoulders still remember the trees. Her hands still prefer a branch's diameter. But the pelvis is decisively bipedal, a bowl that cradles viscera on the move, an engine for long afternoons between river and grove. The knee locks into a patience unknown to climbers. The ankle yields and then refuses at just the right moment. The big toe, once a separate hand, is now a citizen of the forward line. She is not a human, but the habit of walking, repeated, reinforced, refined, will carry a lineage toward minds that can imagine a destination before it exists. No one survives here alone. This is not a human family. Not yet. No campfires, no stories, no games of memory past sunset. But there is proximity. That means protection, attention, that means learning. Bodies that mean warmth against night. Sexes likely differ in size. Males heavier, females lighter. But the open ground punishes the reckless and prizes vigilance over muscle. A cry carries farther than a leap. A set of eyes scanning the horizon is worth more than teeth launched in anger. Infants are born costly, helpless, and demanding. Upright hips rearrange childbirth. Gestation, growth, and guidance begin a long negotiation with anatomy and time. Arms hold young bodies during movement. The group is slower when it needs to be, and faster when the shadow says, go. Nothing in this landscape is free, least of all care. There is no language here, but there is attention. Young learn routes the same way they learn wind, by being inside it, hour after hour, season after season. Where shade is honest, where water is an ambush. Where do fruits ripen first after rain? Where the ground lies about its firmness and where it keeps its word. Between woodland and grass, the rules change every 20 steps. She reads them with her feet and her eyes. At a shallow bend in a river, mud writes messages no tree can offer. Hoofprints, like question marks left by small antelope. The parallel rakes of something that slid toward water and waited. A confusion of bird feet that means little beyond noise. She chooses a crossing where the bank tells the truth. No sudden drop into a predator's mouth. Knees bent, arms ready, weight forward. On the other side, acacia. Thorns measure the distance between hunger and blood. Care finds a path. In the late light, wind lifts heat and leaves knowledge behind. Vultures tell stories, spiraling above what the day ended. Their circles point to danger and to opportunity. She watches, decides. Not today, not with young near, not with the ground this open. Courage is a currency here. Spend it wrong and the lineage pays. Storm days are teachers. Pressure drops, birds change their grammar. Insects write louder warnings, and the sun disappears behind a wall that remembers the sea. When rain arrives, scent goes far and false. Sound collapses into a single roar. She waits it out under the lean of a tree that does not attract lightning, back pressed to trunk, eyes moving, ears filling and emptying with the same water. After, when the world is washed thin, the ground gives up secrets, fresh shoots, softened tubers, and termites whose architecture has failed. She eats in a way that is not driven by greed, but by gratitude. Calories are the only prayers answered here. Then she moves, because the first clear air after a storm has teeth. Cats that hunted badly in the rain will be better now. Time will grind her to dust and then press that dust into pages. In the afar, a partial skeleton will surface, a pelvis that leans toward us, a spine that knows our rhythm, a knee that holds our weight, ribs that cage a breath we recognize. We will set the pieces together and hear the ground read aloud. She walked, she carried, she chose. And in Tanzania, those footprints, the Laetali trackway, will say the same in their quiet way. 2 feet, heel-toe, hips wide, stride human in outline if not in speed. A family, maybe, a pair, a moment that outlived a species. What we will not find are stones shaped by intention or hearths tended against the night. Those futures are coming, but they are not hers. Her genius is earlier and more durable, turning posture into possibility. Bipedalism is not victory, it is exposure. The open ground sees you as clearly as you see it. To stand is to be counted by eyes you cannot outclimb. She pays for every mile in vigilance, but she earns something we will later call range, the ability to stitch together scattered resources into a life that can persist when habitats argue with the climate. She does not know future, but her bones invest in one. Hips widened, birth canal reshaped, infancy lengthened, dependence increased. With every choice to walk farther, The species borrows time from the present and gives it to the next generation. This is the hidden arithmetic of becoming human. Evening cools the land. Shadows climb out of low places and spread. She moves toward safety. Not a house, not a den, but a cluster of limbs that together listen better than one. They settle into the careful half-sleep that evolution permits prey. Stars arrive, as if the sky were remembering its own bones. Tomorrow, we'll ask the same questions in a different order. Where is water honest? Where does shade keep its promise? When does wind tell the truth? Which horizon is a road, and which is a mouth? She will answer with her feet. Her world will not last. Grass will thicken, forests will retreat, seasons will swing wider. From this lineage, branches will split. One path will turn toward powerful jaws and massive teeth, faces made for crushing tough foods when the land grows hard. Paranthropus, the survivors of scarcity. Another will turn toward hands and minds that will one day ask questions of the night. But that is ahead. For now, the earth holds the imprint of a body that made a promise. To meet distance with endurance, hunger with roots, danger with anticipation. She steps into dawn again, and the ground remembers.